And finally, let's talk about the professional model, okay? And then after I'm done talking about professional model, I will list the characteristics of the amateur model real quick to kind of close things down. All right. So the professional model have the following characteristic. The professional model have presence. It is really hard to explain, but when you see it, you recognize it. Also, the professional model have skills and talent. Forgot to write that down. All right. But number one, the professional model have presence. There's a certain presence with the professional model. Um, when they take a picture, they own the screen. They do what is intended or what they intend or what you tell them the intention is. Um, they don't feel weird in front of the camera. Like sometimes if you look at people's faces when they take pictures as a model, they they feel like something like you know if you have the eye for it, something is off. They're not comfortable. The professional model is very comfortable in front of the camera. They work with intention. If you tell them this is the feeling I'm trying to get, they will give it to you. And also with them, they also have a certain presence. Like you know, it's like they exude something. It's like you can feel the senses. Like you can smell things and see things and feel things just looking at the picture they take. Next one is self confidence. So number one is presence. Number two is self confidence. They have a confidence in front of the camera where they're not awkward, they own it. They are versatile. When you work with a professional model, they look different in every picture they take, and it has nothing to do with the photographer. Yes, you may change the hair, you may change the outfit, and you may change your makeup a little bit, but they look different. So if you see the picture of a professional model on this campaign or with this photographer, and then you see their picture with this other photographer, for a second there you'll be thinking, is that the same person? And then your brain will make it work where it's, oh yeah, this is the same person. So they are versatile. They're not versatile, they can do everything, but they can do at least 3 to 5 different looks where they look differently. In one look they look very mature, in another look they look very plain, in another look they look very professional. But that versatility is concrete, it's tangible, and it's definitely there. The professional model is also reliable because the reason why they're reliable is like they spend so much time and money and effort to build themselves as a brand that they can't just not come unless there's a real emergency. You, if they're not gonna work with you, they're simply gonna say they're not gonna work with you, and they're gonna say it quickly. While other models generally, they don't really say. It's like it's not clear. I mean, you get the hint, but the professional model cannot hint because they have spent time building that brand. And finally, the professional model is malleable. This is a word that has to do with metal, so that person is definitely strong, empowered, and have strength and have skills and experience. Malleability is basically you can basically work with them and change things with them, and it is possible. Malleability, if we let's look for a definition for it. According to a definition, it's malleable is an adjective. It's able to be hammered or pressed permanently out of shape without breaking or cracking. Easily influenced, pliable. So the professional model is pliable. Now she's strong or he is empowered and strong and but you can change it a little bit and she allows you to ply things and make it a different shape because that's how you achieve that different look. The amateur model is not none of these things really. If anything, we're gonna go over the list of the amateur model. Is the amateur model feels entitled? They are gullible. They don't know what it takes to actually make a good picture and a good photo shoot. They instead of being self-confident, the amateur model is self-conscious. They worry about things. They worry about you know things being out of place. They amateur model try very hard and do weird looks and poses. The amateur model is flaky, unsure, unreliable. The amateur model is easily impressed. If you show them something, a picture that you take of them, and they're very impressed by it, and also they're very impressed by people's big following. So if you have a big following, you can very easily work with an amateur model. If you don't have a big following, you can't work with them because they're not gonna work with you. Because hey, what's the point? Why should they work with you, right? The amateur model is easily frustrated and has a short fuse. The amateur model lacks individuality, comes unprepared to the shoot. If you try to prepare things with the amateur model before the shoot, they're gonna resist. So if you were to say to the amateur model, I wanna see what you look like, send me your digital, send me this, send me your measurement. They might not even have their measurement, and they might take their time sending it. Now, I'm not saying that just because somebody send you the measurement quickly and send you their digital quickly, that they are professional. Because as you see, there are many characteristics of somebody who's a professional. At the end of the job, you feel you work with a professional when you work with a professional. And typically, you will see the amateur model working with one photographer. And the reason why they do that is because they're afraid to take risks. They're afraid that somebody's gonna make them look bad. They don't know how to choose and define whether somebody else is a professional. So they end up working with that one photographer. Typically, that one photographer would have a big following, would have a lot of charisma. But in order to make it in the industry, in order to be professional, you have to work with different people. You have to be able to put yourself in different situations where different photographers, you get different vibes and you work with them. And of course, they are all professional, but every photographer is different. Every casting people and every designer is different. So the ability to go from one set to another is a mark of the professional, while the amateur cannot do that. All right. If you have any question, anything you wanna ask, anything I forget that you would like to add, any observation of yours that you would like to share with me so that I can add it to that or not, please let me know. And thank you for watching. Have a very good evening, and let's hope that you get the privilege and honor and fun time to work with a professional. And let's hope that you are a professional as well. You behave like one, you keep on learning, and you are seen and perceived as one and are actually a professional. Good night.